I went to the Ask LE page of Reddit. That is Ask Law Enforcement for all of you that don't know. Don't know why it's not Ask Leos.
Well, I guess because maybe it's not just officers. You could be asking other law enforcement agents, perhaps, that aren't officers. Yeah,
I think of the astrology folk actually just got ahead of that one. I think Ask Leo is for asking Leos.
Oh, I see. They already got it.
Meeting other Leos.
Smart. Yeah.
I'm generally police. I'm generally.
I'm generally police.
Yeah.
I'm generally police. It's been a while since the Flubheads have really had a day too, so they're gonna be happy.
I'm generally pro-police, as evidenced by my post history. But this is really nagging me. I've been listening to Chicago police scanner traffic in, quote, rough neighborhoods for about a month now. It seems their sergeants almost always authorize dispatch to, quote, code out drug dealing calls. Why?
I don't know what that means, code.
Ignore. It means ignore.
Oh, okay. Well, I would imagine that it's just an issue of resources and you're having to, you're maybe spread a little thin and you have to look at the, priority calls. So that's might be the reason why.
They have been defunded severely. So that's true.
Oh, that's probably the biggest issue there. Yeah. No, listen, it's very cool that you've been listening to police scanners for a month in the worst neighborhoods of Chicago, though. That is a very cool thing to do. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because the reply is from a cop. The first reply is from a cop. Mm-hmm. And to hear a cop, to find a cop that is less insane than the person posing the question, he said, I responded to an off-duty cop that witnessed a hand-to-hand drug deal one night. I was right there and caught the car. Turned out they were selling some shoes.
Yep.
And the cop tells the guy, sometimes people just think it looks like you're dealing drugs and then they call the police. I was recently reading Nextdoor, and this person was like, is it too much for the police to stop guys if they're walking down the street with a package?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you joke, but a lot of packages turn out to be weapons and or bombs and or drugs. Don't even get me started on stolen packages. Yeah, I mean, there's so many instances where packages are unlawful, and I think it would help our safety and our security problems.
I hear they're just making boxes out of fentanyl now.
Oh,
that's scary.
Yeah, so I wouldn't even. Well, in that case, I wouldn't go anywhere near it then, because I don't want to touch the fentanyl and have an overdose, from it.
Yeah,
I have a cousin who was a dispatcher, and I was talking to her about this kind of thing, and she goes she's like, listen, as racist as the police department is, even we know that most drug dealing calls is just a black guy just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Someone saw a black guy. Even we know that. If you're calling in a drug deal, it's over by the time you get there, and it's usually just someone looking cooler than you can understand, so they must be a drug dealer.
Yeah, totally.
Nar Akatomus 1212 tells this person, you should watch The Wire.
There you go.
I mean, it's a good show, so that's not bad advice. Just in general, I'd say it's worth watching. Season 3 is my favorite. I know a lot of people don't like the doc season, but I loved it personally.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go, Alexander. I was going to say something stupid.
I did enjoy The Wire, but I find I didn't truly understand it until after reading The Art of War and then going back and rewatching The Wire, which I have applied to my policing techniques.
And is what this person saying? Are they saying that the reason they don't show up to drug dealers is because Omar's probably coming?
Yeah, it could be Omar. Also, there could be a gangster who is gay, but that doesn't even really matter. It's just a normal aspect of his personality. But then he's also super crazy and he could come and kill you. Yeah.
Well, the next person says, if it bothers you that police ignore Americans who are engaging in private transactions without ID and information and
hell yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Please never read the Declaration of Independence. It will trigger you so hard.
Yes.
Listen, that person I totally agree with, but I also do kind of feel like maybe that person might be like a freeman of the land, like the kind of person who's in like a trial and like, you have no authority over me here, and then they wrestle him to the ground and take him to jail. You know?
It's funny to think, like, God damn it, man. Like, and anybody who, you know, I was at a lot of the protests for Black Lives Matter, or anytime you've ever gone to a protest, you're always kind of worried when a white guy shows up with like the vest and like their rifle in their hand, like they're just gonna stand there with you. It's like, are we on the same team? Because I don't fucking know what's going on. Because like you do end up on the same team, as those guys, those sovereign citizen guys. They won't show up to Black Lives Matter protests ever.
Yeah, that I personally, the country that I live in, when you go to the protest, people aren't allowed to bring their guns with them and hold them.
It's like encouraged here.
Yeah, so I've not actually
That's why you're so
experienced
soft, though.
Sorry?
That's why you're so soft, though.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's why you guys need all that healthcare.
Wait, when he was talking about like, oh, two individual citizens, private citizens engaged in free commerce or whatever, and it's like you said, Chris, I do agree with that. What's the opposite of like, you know, I don't agree with you, but I'll defend, you know, to the death your right to say it. Like, I do agree with you, but I don't defend the way you said it.
Yeah.
I hate what you're saying.
The guy that says read the Declaration of Independence, I'm not on his team ever.
You can't say it like that to get me on board.
Yeah.